Hello, hello. Happy Technique Talk Tuesday. We're coming at you live today from Scrappy Chic. We're on a couple minutes early so everybody can get situated, so I can get situated. Huh. And I don't have my laptop with me, so Mary's going to help me with comments and questions because she's sitting right behind me. So, as you're popping on, make a comment for us. Hey, Robin. Hello. As you're coming on, let me know who's on. We are live in the store here at Scrappy Chic, so lots of hustle and bustle, which is good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Hello, Mary. So, like I said, I'm live here in the store. I don't have my computer with me, so hey, Janice. Mary is sitting behind me, and she's going to help me with comments when I get started. But what we're going to talk about today is powder tools and the different ways that you can use them, what they were actually made for, and then what else you can do with them. So we're going to give it a minute or two. It's not quite 7 yet. You know, I like to get on a little early, but as you're popping on, say hello. Let me know who's here. All right. Hello, hello. I think that's Gabrielle. Is that you, Gabrielle? I can't remember if that's who Bratty Patty is. All right. So if you're here live with me, let me know. If you're watching the replay, if you have any questions. I guess, I have to do some research on YouTube. I don't know if you can leave comments watching the replay. But if you do have questions while you're watching the replay, you can always pop a question. I thought so. Hey, Gabrielle. And what I'm going to try to do is Mary's going to tell me if there's any questions. I'm going to try to repeat the questions so that I'm not just answering a question and nobody knows what the question is if they're watching the replay. Sound fair? Excuse me. I have a scratchy throat. So we're going to start in about a minute. But like I said, we are going to talk about powder tools. And I'm just going to really quickly talk about the different ones. These are the 3 that we carry at the store. This one's been around for a long time. This is the EK Tools powder tool. I don't know if it's the original, but it is the one that's been around for a while, and it's one that I've used a lot. You can tell because the brush is smushed down, but this powder tool works best if you're using it to de-sticky the foam in a shaker. It is a really good tool. It's not my preferred tool, but clearly you can see I have it and I do use it. These are all refillable. This one is the powder tool from the rabbit hole. So you can see that the powder goes here. You can pull this down to contain the brush so that you can put the lid back on. But the powder comes out the brush when you load it up like this, or you can shake it like that. The powder comes in the brush, and that's how the powder comes out. All right, so then you can do that and then just pop it down like this. This one is my favorite right now. This is the pink and main one. This has another, I like to call it a collar that contains the brush so that you're not breaking all the bristles when you're trying to put the lid back on. But this one, the powder flows really well. So if you just turn it like this, you're gonna have powder. You can see that I've got some powder here that comes out. So it makes it really easy for a couple of the techniques that I'm going to show you. So those are the tools that are available. I think these are the powder tools with brushes that are available in the market. There's also the little rosin or resin bags that use the same thing that you use for heat embossing, and that's one of the techniques we're going to talk about. We are going to heat emboss really quickly on black cardstock. So what you use the powder tool for is to, if there's any fingerprints, it kind of gets the oils, it absorbs the oils from your fingers. It also powders up the paper so that you don't get all those little speckles of embossing powder stuck to your paper. So you're just going to brush some powder on your paper and make sure that where you're going to stamp is covered. And then when you're done embossing, you can also wipe off the powder, so don't worry about that. We're using my favorite Wow, and I'm going to use white embossing powder.
My mom in Maryland said hello.
Oh, hello, Barbara and Marilyn. Hello, hello. Mary is assisting me today. I'm using a Catherine Pooler stamp from the Christmas Sentiments and the Wow embossing ink. So I've stamped, putting down the white embossing powder. And white just, it shows up really nicely so you can see. So you can see how when you powder it, you don't have all those white specks that you might otherwise have. All right, it makes a really nice, clean sentiment for you. I'll emboss this really quick so you can see it. I'm going to try to do two things at once, so that's a problem sometimes. And see, you get that nice bring on the bling sentiment. So that is what I think powder tools were created for, is to do the heat embossing like that. One of the, oh, I just spilled that all over. All right, I'll get that later. One of the other things you can use the embossing tools for is when you're doing shakers. So as you're building your shaker, when you put your double-sided foam underneath there, if you take your powder tool and you just powder around where the foam is, you get all that sticky out so that your sequins don't stick to, oh, that came right unglued. Good grief. So your sequins don't stick to the sides of your shaker. Can you see how those kind of are stuck there? That's because I didn't have my powder tool with me. So if you use your powder tool around that, it gets rid of all the sticky from your foam tape that's under there. That is use number 2. And then use number 3, we just did a class, got finished with a class. We made this accordion folio, and a lot of the paper collections come with sticker sheets. And you can use stickers as embellishments, so they don't have to be stickers. They can be embellishments with texture, with dimension, sorry. So what you can do is take your sticker and powder it, and it de-stickifies it. You like that word? It's a very technical term. I just made it up. And then what you can do is take foam squares or foam dots and put those on, and you can stick your embellishment on and get some dimension. And then that won't stick to the paper. The other thing that you can do is use it as a little tuck spot. So if you just adhered it here, you could tuck a picture behind and the sticker wouldn't stick to the picture. Okay? Any questions? Have we gotten any questions? Anybody have anything to say? All right, well, if not, that is the 3 different ways that you can use the embossing tool, or the powder tool, sorry, the powder tool. And next week, Tuesday, we'll have something new. Hope you guys have a great evening. No questions? I think I'm going to call it a day. All right, everybody? No problem, Marilyn. Glad you got home in time to join us. Marilyn was just in the class that ended at 6:30, so she zoomed home to join us. Thanks, Robin. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.